Hey, we're back again with White Album 2. Looking forward to getting down to business. Let's go ahead and jump right back in. Perfect example of a family dinner. Right, we kind of trapped this girl in the family home and are really trying hard to convince her to join us. Almost uncomfortably so. With how great it looks, it's guaranteed that the flavor will at least be average.
なんで？ご飯でも食べながら話をしたいって北原くんが言ってたから。
いや、確かに言ったけど。
I'd meant someplace quieter where we could talk, like at a family restaurant or a cafe.
ご飯ならうちで食べた方が安上がりだし、それにトーマさん外食ばっかりで栄養バランス悪そうだから一石二鳥かなって思って。
No, that's really cute and thoughtful, inviting her for a family dinner, because she can't have any of her own.
おい。
I've warned her many times that Toma is particularly hot-tempered, too.
さあ、トーマさん、どうぞ。腹が減っては戦はできないよ。
トーマ？
Should I say Ogiso is fearless, or that Toma is just defenseless against her?
それじゃ、いただきます。北原くん？
いただきます。
トーマさん？たくさん食べてね。おかわりもあるから。
I really can't tell the dynamics between these two. Me neither.
はい、北原くん。どうぞ。
ありがとう。
For some reason, it was completely silent for the entire duration of the dinner. Ooh, that's so awkward. I'm not sure what Toma was stubborn about, but because she was so focused on eating up everything she grabbed, there was not much we could really discuss.
はい、トーマさん。
Oh, she's blushy. And while Toma dove right in, Ogiso asked her with a smile, "Would you like seconds?" After several seconds of tension, Toma silently handed her rice bowl to the smiling Ogiso. Aw, she got a good meal. And this, perhaps heartwarming scene repeated itself at least twice. Ooh, hungry girl. Even though I hadn't even managed to ask for seconds at that point.
二人ともどうだったかな。まずくはなかったと思うんだけど。
うまかった。
If the cook has to ask you your opinion, it means you didn't tell them your opinion fast enough. That's what I think.
本当？よかった。月1くらいしか作らないから自信もあるようでないような感じだったんだよね。
Yeah, you should definitely say something after your first few bites at least, like, "Oh, this is delicious," you know? That's just polite. It really wasn't bad. It wasn't too sweet or spicy. It was just a flavor by the book, whether it be bitter, sour, or whatever. If anything, I can say for certain that it wasn't bad. Wow, if someone said that about my cooking, I'd be angry. That's not a praise. I don't mean anything bad when I say it's by the book, either. It's because she studied the information in the book carefully that she was able to make something like this in practice. She'll only get better from here on out. Again, that sounds really insulting. Since she was able to produce a solid result with her own effort, great things should be expected from her in the future. It's a weird thing to say.
もう一杯どう？
いや、もういいや。ありがとう。
トーマさんは？いい。さあ。じゃあ私帰るから。そういうわけにはいかないから。
Oh, cute. Though Toma tried to stand up, it's obvious that her movements have been dulled since she took on Ogiso's challenge and ate 3 whole bowls of rice.
なあ、トーマ、なんとかならないか？ちょっと学園祭でいろいろやってくれるだけでいいんだけどな。
Yeah, just a tiny request.
いろいろと言ってる時点で、ちょっとのつもりないでしょ。
Exactly.
些細なことをあげつらう人間は、最終的に信頼をなくすと思うんだよ、俺は。
It's really rude.
偶然ね。私も全く同じ意見だわ、北原。
For some reason, Toma is looking at me as if objecting to something.
ねえ、トーマさん。これだけお願いしてもダメかな？こんなことして、情に訴えようとしても無駄だから。こんなことって？真心とか、誠意とか、好意とか。形があろうがなかろうが、そんな安っぽいものに動かされるような人間じゃないってこと。だって、そもそも私自身に、人のためっていう考え方がないから。トーマさん？だから悪いんだけど。ごめん、北原くん。トーマさんが言ってる意味がわからないんだけど、ちょっと通訳してくれるかな？
What an odd request. Oh, I get it.
つまり、トーマはさ、小木曽の今日のもてなしを、真心とか、誠意とか、好意だって受け止めてるってことだろ？
ああ、そういうの嫌なら、材料費割り勘にしようか？一人頭、1000円いかないと思うんだけど。お金の問題じゃなくて。
I get the reason why Toma can't deal with Ogiso, as well as the reason why Ogiso seems completely oblivious of the fact.
で、小木曽はさ、トーマが思ってるほど、今日のこと、特別だって思ってないんだと思う。
That's definitely not what she said.
なんで？他人を家にあげて、自分の手料理食べさせて、なんで？
それは、性格の不一致？
Unlike Toma, Ogiso is simply raised that way. Though, with my own family circumstances considered, I decide to keep those words to myself. In other words, their relationship was predestined to be troubled because of this.
ねえ、トーマさん。私別に下心があってご馳走したわけじゃないよ。ただ、お腹いっぱいの方が和やかに話できるかなって。
Don't lie, Setsuna. You 1000% invited her here to try to convince her. You call that not having an ulterior motive? Yeah, exactly.
あそこまで人をいじめておいて、そんな単純な理由で今更納得しろと。
I feel a bit ashamed for imagining her making such a retort.
いじめたって、ちょっとからかっただけじゃない。人が思ってもいないこと勝手に決めつけて、顔から火が出るほどの恥かかせておいて、ちょっとからかっただけ？あれで？
Yeah, absolutely. It was way, way too pushy earlier, especially in front of the brother. That was just super uncalled for.
だからトーマ、お前、一体小木曽に何をされたんだ？
それはきっと、トーマさんが北原くんのこと。わかった、感情論は置いておく。現実論でいこう。
Seeing this exchange between them makes it even harder for me to ignore factors other than how they were raised.
そもそもあんたたちの計画には無理が。待って！
小木曽？
The moment Toma's words were about to flare up, Ogiso puts out the flames with cold water, even though she was the one waiting for this topic to be brought up.
悪いんだけど、少しの間喋らないで。
Commanding us, she moves as if sliding across the floor, and as she reaches the door, she puts her hand on the knob.
ねえ、高弘。別にあんたが言ってるみたいに危険なことにはなってないみたいだけど。
そんなのは今だけだよ。絶対やばいって見張ってないと。
そんなに仲悪そうに見えなかったんだけどね。女の子の方はあまり喋らなかったけど、二人とも礼儀正しい子たちだったし。
間違いないって。俺聞いたんだ。うちに来たの、あの二人の別れ話をするためなんだよ。
なんでうちでそんな話を？それにどうして刹那が二人の間に入るのよ。
だからこそやばいんだよ。つまりさ、あの二人が喧嘩した原因ってのがさ。
まさか。
そうなんだよ。姉ちゃんがあの彼氏取っちゃったみたいでさ、それでニッチもサッチも行かなくなっちゃって。
Oh no.
それは困ったわね。で、彼氏の方はどうなの？
それが 今じゃ完全に姉ちゃんにべったりみたいで、なのに元カノがまだしつこく言い寄ってくるから、ほとほと困ってるみたいなんだよね。
けれど、それなら刹那の方が悪いんじゃない？付き合ってる二人に割り込んでいったんでしょ？
男と付き合ってる素振りなんて全然なかったのに。それがいきなり不倫なんて。やるなあ、姉ちゃん。
やるなぁじゃないわよ。お友達を裏切るようなひどい真似をするなんて、そんな不死だらな娘に育てた覚えはないわよ。
Oh, I hope they clear this up soon. That's
ど
terrible.
うにかしてくれよ、母さん。掴み合いの喧嘩になる前に大人の力でさ。
Oh, I hope she does. This will be so awkward.
どうにかしてほしいのはこっちの方だよ。
Oh no!
さっきから何か話し声が聞こえてくると思ったら、高弘、あなたお姉ちゃんのこと何だと思ってるのよ。
俺は、だから、姉ちゃんのことが心配で。
お母さんもお母さんだよ。高弘のわけわかんないデタラメを頭から信じちゃって。でもほら、最近の若い子たちは進んでるって、なんだっけ、ほら、なんとか交際とか。もうお母さん、昼のドラマもワイドショーも女性週刊誌も禁止。ごめんなさい。お見苦しいところをお見せしちゃったこととか、母や弟の度重なる失礼とか、本当に。
That's really funny.
いや、俺たちはそんな、なあ、トーマ。
Well, yeah, Haruki, because it makes you look like you got two hot girlfriends.
別に。本当にごめんなさい、トーマさん。うちの家族、ちょっと心配性っていうか、遠慮がないっていうか。
仲良くていいんじゃないかな。
Katsuna's mother and younger brother were quick to believe us when we told them we were from the Light Music Club, meaning about performing at the school festival. Though I'm not sure why they accepted it so easily. In any case, we're in a rush to resolve all our issues now, so I'll just leave it at that.
仲なんか良くないよ。しょっちゅう喧嘩ばっかり。
そうなの？
まあ、アルバイト認めてくれてるから、あまり逆らったりもできないんだけどね。
だろうな。
Though she calls it not wanting to go up against them, it's probably more that she can't stay angry at them. When Takahiro-kun and Setsuna's mother learned about our activities, they had a sudden change of heart. Satisfied, they said they'd definitely come to the festival. Besides, Ogito didn't tell them not to come or that she wouldn't like them to. In a way, she'd forgiven her family much sooner than we did.
悪くした？でも本当に悪気はないの。母や弟に代わって謝るから。
だから俺は怒ってないって。トーマだってな。
別にどうでもいい。
How should I put this? It seems to have changed the mood. Yeah, it made it awkward because everyone assumed you were all dating. Rather, with such a warm and cozy relationship between the parents and their children in front of us, the malice between Toma and I has disappeared.
そういうことだから、もうこの話はおしまい。それより、お母さんが持ってきてくれたケーキ、食べていいかな。
Ooh, cake.
これね、実はお母さんが焼いたんだ。お休みの日になると、よく昼から作ってて。
What? I want a mom that bakes me a cake every day off at noon. Also, although I feel sorry for Toma, I definitely don't think of this as an unpleasant situation. In fact, it's the exact opposite. It's that kind of embarrassing, nostalgic feeling you get from seeing a home video that was taken 10 years ago. It makes me feel truly happy, if just a little.
そもそもあんたたちの計画には無理がある。誰が加入したところで、もう学園祭には間に合わない。
そんなことないって。トーマさえ参加してくれれば。
I gulp down my cake and sip my black tea, and make sure no one is eavesdropping from the hallway. It's almost 7 o'clock, and our negotiations have finally begun.
なら北原、あんた、私に何をしてもらいたいって思ってる？
そりゃもちろんピアノか。構成によってはキーボードになるかもしれないけど、 とにかく何でもいいから、トーマに演奏してもらいたい。
私たち、というか、北原くん、トーマさんのピアノの熱狂的な信者だもんね。
本人の前でそういうこと言うのやめて。
照れる前に否定しろ。気持ち悪い。
悪い。
A flaw in my personality is that I'm not used to hiding my embarrassment and lying. What? Yes, you are? You literally have done this every single episode.
それでベースは？ドラムは？何をやるかにもよってくるけど、ピアノだけのつもりはないんでしょ？
その辺は、おいおい考えていくとして。
あと3週間を切ってるのに？おいおいって何日間のこと？明日いっぱい？
そもそもトーマが、もっと早く加わってくれれば。
Hey, don't pin this on her. This is not on her.
1週間もあれば。
As if she'd let such a weak comment pass by.
はい、時間切れ。たった2週間の全体練習で何ができるの？恥かかずに済む方法は出場しない以外にない。わかった？あんたの語ってる理想はすでに夢の段階に突入してるわけ。
俺が夢語ったらおかしいか？
北原くん。
I know it is, but still.
おかしいね。
瞬殺かよ。
If someone tells me it is so bluntly, I can't help but hold it against them. Or I could just start acting rebellious, just like my friend here.
らしくない。超現実主義者の北原の言葉とは思えない。
俺って、そんなに乾いた人間かな。
事前準備、リスク回避、安定思考。それがあんたのアイデンティティでしょ？
Yep. But her rebellious attitude is a completely different matter concerning her family's history.
非競争主義、脱落者ゼロ、一緒にゴール。決して人とは争わず、いつも静かに笑ってる。
Her words are merciless, but it's true. That's the kind of person I've always striven to be.
詳しいね、トーマさん。
今は私の話なんかしてないから。そうやって足元を切り崩そうとしないの。
悪かったな。身の丈に合わない服着てる痛い人で。
But the person I want to be right now, it goes against the whole image I've built up until now.
悪いなんて言ってない。おかしいって言ってるだけ。
でもさ、一月くらいいいだろ？似合わない、痛い人やったって別にいいだろ？
後悔するかもよ。今まで積み上げてきた真面目で優等生の委員長北原春樹っていう看板なくすかもよ。
そんなのちゃんと計算してる。俺の積み上げた2年半はそんなにやわじゃない。
私の2年半とは対照的ってわけだ。
言っちゃ悪いが当然だ。俺は先生たちに好かれるために頑張ったし、お前は先生たちに嫌われるために無理してたんだから。
Oh, come on, dude. Really?
北原くん？
Don't, like, hit below the belt.
だから俺のことあまり見透かすなよ。俺だってたまには予想外のことやってみせる。
それがらしくないって言ってるのに。
今回ばかりは嫌われたって構わない。けど嫌いでも仲間にはなってもらうからな。できれば。
It'd be so awkward to be in a band with someone who hates you, though.
ちょっと待ってよ。私、今のあんたが嫌いだなんて一言も。
刹那、話がある。開けなさい。
Oh no! And then, how many times has it been already that we've been interrupted just when the discussion reached its climax? Ultimately, it got to the point where our objective was denied to us by an overwhelming force.
ちょっとやめてよ。何も友達がいる前でそんなこと。
それは刹那が嘘をついていたからだろ。学園祭で歌を歌うなんて話聞いてないぞ。
Uh-oh.
嘘じゃないよ。ただ話をするタイミングが見つからなかっただけで。
そういうことは引き受ける前に 父さんと母さんに相談する。ずっと昔からの取り決めだったよな。
それは昔はそうだったかもしれないけど、私もう来年は大学生だよ。
そんくらいいいじゃん、父さん。問題を起こしたとか、学校辞めたとか、そんなのと比べたら全然大したことないし。
年に一度のお祭りなんだし、少しくらい羽目を外しても。ねえ。
お前たちは聞いていたのか？
いや、さっき聞いたばっかだけど、今来てる2人とさ、3人でユニット組むんだって。友達のお姉さんすっげえかっこいいんだよ。
Oh, I'm so happy he said that. That's really kind.
あの子綺麗よね。ステージ映えしそう。せつなよりもあの子の方が歌えばいいのに。
Uh-oh.
ちょっと、私歌以外はできないよ。
Oh no.
評価高いな、トーマ。
うるさい。
But there are no such positive comments about me. Oh no.
アルバイトを辞めたのもこのためか？たまに夜遅くカラオケに行くっていうのも練習のための嘘だったのか？
アルバイト辞めたのはそうだけど、カラオケは本当にただの趣味で。というか、まだ一度も練習したことないし。
マジかよ。だって本番今月なんだろ？どんだけやっつけなんだよ。
行かない方がいいかしら。娘が全校生徒の前で大恥かくのは見るに忍びないし。成功させるわよ。北原くんもトーマさんもものすっごくうまいんだから大丈夫だってば。
いや、トーマはともかく俺は。
だったらなんで突き進む？
とにかく順を追ってちゃんと話をしなさい。それで参加するかどうかみんなで決めよう。
でも今は友達が。
申し訳ないが帰っていただきなさい。今から家族で大事な話があるということで。
Wow, if only every family was so level-headed about discussions.
そんな。
せつなが断れないというのなら私が謝ってこよう。3年ぶりにお前が家に呼んだ友達だ。ちゃんと挨拶もしておきたいしな。
お父さん。
Awkward.
帰るか。
Naturally, it was already pitch black outside when we left the entryway. I can't help but shudder at the sensation of the cold night wind blowing outside. I'm sure it'll take around 15 minutes to reach the station from the residential area. Only the light of the moon, the stars, and the street lamps softly illuminate our way.
お待たせ。
待った。
大丈夫。別に申し訳ないとか思ってないから。
ああ、そう。
Toma was 5 minutes behind me. Finally leaving the entryway of the Ogiso household, she now stands beside me. She shows no sign of hostility, disgust, or embarrassment as she walks beside me. But I'm a little embarrassed.
そういえば。
As we slowly walk, she shows no hostility. What? You just said that. Disgust or embarrassment as she talks to me. I really am a little embarrassed. Did they really do that on purpose?
小木曽、謝ってた。半泣きだった。
Oh no.
全然気にしてない。
そう伝えといた。
サンキュー。
伝えたのは私の意見だけだから。自分の考えは明日にでも自分で伝えること。
そうか。わかった。
Despite saying we aren't bothered, the two of us hung our heads for a while as we made our way to the station. We couldn't find any words to continue. After that spectacle, Ogiso's father came upstairs to her room, politely apologizing to us. Despite my own apologies and the explanation that I was the one who forcibly invited Ogiso and that she quit her job because of me, he simply took it all as his daughter's problem. He just said that the family had something to discuss today, and he apologetically sent us home, bowing his head.
何あれ？
なんだと言われても。
It seems that Toma also feels the same uneasiness that I do. The whole family meeting to deliberate on her stage performance at the culture festival. Even though he's such a strict father, he never said anything like, "Everyone be silent," or "I won't allow this," not allowing the other party to speak. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Like, even though he's coming off as like, oh no, scary father, he's having a family discussion, not even just him and Setsuna, it's the whole family having a discussion. And I think that's really rare, that's really good. Pointing out only the parts that Ogiso couldn't come up with excuses for, he was seriously listening to her.
やっぱりあいつ苦手だ。
Normally I'd force a comment right afterward, but I just can't do it now.
あんなに家族に干渉されて、しかもそれを当然だって思ってて。
Because I feel like I've come across something incredibly remarkable. To think that a family with such drama at home still exists in reality, even now. What? It's not such drama. Really?
私はごめんだ。あんなところにいる自分が想像すらできない。
そっか。
Which is why it had such a noticeable effect on Toma.
信じられない。信じたら負けだ。
トーマ？
Shivering as if she were cold, Toma looks up at the night sky overhead, the sight of which is not overly beautiful. At some point, she suddenly stops walking, and even though I'm looking back, I can't see her face.
でもさ、うちだって数年前まではあんなだったぞ。
そっ
With how weakly she said that, I can't tell what she's feeling at all. Is she angry? Is she smiling or crying? Was there any emotion to it at all?
門限は6時で、たまに遅れると、家の前で母親がうろうろしてたりとか、父親に結構きつめの説教されたりとか。
Which is why I'm not sure whether she's listening to my silly story, or if she's shut me out completely, or anything.
友達の家で隠れて梅酒飲んで帰ったら、顔が赤いから一発でバレて、向こうの家に電話されて、友達と2人揃って、ものすごく叱られたりとか。
Ooh, that's tough. Even so, I continue my story because I experienced that kind of drama at home in the past as well.
中学に上がる頃には、そうやって俺に関心を持つことはなくなったけど。
子離れ。
親父はリアルで離れてったけどな。ま、養育費結構もらってるから文句はないけど。
That's rough. It's not something to boast about. Especially not to Toma, it really isn't something to boast about. My father originates from Okayama. His family is quite famous, owns a mansion, and runs a thriving family-owned enterprise. Oh wow! As the eldest son, my father was next in line to become the owner. He had good grades, got into a good high school, then got into a good university. It would have been smooth sailing except for one thing. He married my mother, and she gave birth to me. From the family's perspective, it was a blunder. Oh, that's so sad. Regarding his family's opinion of us, I haven't heard much about it from my mother's grumbling, but I don't think much of it. But at one point, two argued with each other without concerns for each other's feelings, and ended up getting divorced. And thus, I was left with my indifferent mother, living carefree as the Kitahara family with the support of a certain wealthy family from Okayama.
相変わらず中途半端なやつだな、北原は。
お前なら引かないと思ってたよ、トーマ。
Reaction-wise, I was 0 to 3 with my friends, Takeya included. Not like these family circumstances were easy to talk about either.
だって私、父親の顔も名前も知らないし、母親とはここ数年一緒に暮らしてないし、渡されてるカードに上限額ないし。
Oh, jeez. Her family issues far surpasses mine, since the Toma family also obviously has its own drama, quite similar to the Ogiso families, yet still very different. It's no surprise that she would react differently to their way of handling things.
相変わらず分かりやすいやつだな、トーマは。
あんたなら半分引くと思ってたよ、北原。
だって俺、中途半端だし。だからこそ、小木曽の家も、トーマの家も、中途半端にわかるし。
あんたに何がわかるって、わかるよね。
だって検索したら10万件超えるんだもん、お前の母さん。
Her mother, a world-famous pianist. Just from looking at the top results on the online encyclopedia, there are so many gossip articles that pop
私
up.
んちの事情、そんなに複雑じゃないし、普通に想像した通りだし、人によっては大して深刻な話じゃないし。
She'd married and divorced twice. However, of all the times, she'd given birth when she was single.
でも、だからこそ、ムカついたっていいよね。意味もなく嫌になったって、いいよね。
Oh.
小木曽はいい子だろ？
いい子だからこそ苦手。とことん苦手。きっと、死ぬまで同じ価値観を持てないと思う。
Again, Toma looks up at the sky, talking with a very weak and frail voice. Still, she's a lot more talkative now than she was before. But I still can't tell if she's angry, if she's smiling, crying, or even feeling anything at all.
それでもさ、
不倶戴天の敵になるか、生涯の大親友になるかの、どっちかだと思う。
Oh man, this is intense. However, after looking up at the sky, she turned towards me.
帰り際に、小木曽と約束してきた。
トーマ？
The expression on her face is one showing regret for the abuse she dished out, and a little embarrassed. A very girl-like expression.
あんたが親を説得しきれたら、軽音楽同好会とやらに入ってやってもいい。
Oh, yay! I'm so happy. Also, the fact that she just opened up. Oh, I got goosebumps. I really got goosebumps. This is so exciting. All right, I'm going to pause here. I'm going to collect my nerves. So let's save before I mess this up. All right. So thanks for joining me on this chapter. I'm very excited to do some more. So I will see you next time. Thanks.